The party has made their way through the maze of the open road to emerge at the Pathfinder encampment on the edge of the Finadar forest. After a discussion with Eindo Klein, the party has agreed to help out with the exploration of a recently discovered Cyclopean ruin. With the aid of two of the junior Pathfinder agents, Dana and JC, they were led to this location with a beautiful mural on the ground, but then bones in the basement. The party went downstairs to start looking at what was happening, and was quickly attacked by 3 cave fishers. 2 of the party members, Vanarel and Dezi, are currently grabbed by the cave fishers, being reeled up toward them, while Daegron broke free and is now beginning round 2. The cave fisher initially attempted to re-lasso Daegron and succeeded, and that is where we are picking up. So its first action, it hit you with the filament and grabbed you. Its second action is going to try to pull you up closer to it. It does not get you any closer. So it will try one more of those. You are now off the ground, Daegron. You are 5 feet in the air.
Oh, is that even with map?
Oh, sorry, yeah, that should have had map on all of them. So that would be a 19 against your... That would miss by 1. So you are not up in the air.
Yeah.
Perfect. And that was its turn. Dezi, you are grabbed. You are being dragged toward the one furthest away from you up on over here.
Yeah, Dezi's a little worried about the situation, so I think we're going to start pulling out some spells here. Fox Tattoo starts glowing as I utter some occult words. Do I need a check for this for being grabbed, I'm assuming?
DC 5, usually, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, first I would reload. I realized my crossbow is not loaded, so do the check for that first. Well, my crossbow's still not loaded. In that case, I'm not going to cast Sure Strike. We will instead cast the one near Daegron is most damaged, so I'm going to take a shot at it, actually. Oh, how high is mine off the ground? Is it also 20 feet up?
Yours is up on a 10-foot tall wall overlooking a kind of a waterway, but it's on the ground of that versus being up in the air.
Then yeah, we will cast needle darts, I guess. Yeah, utter some words and fire some needle darts. I guess at the one that has Daegron. We get Daegron free, come and smash some of these, is my thought. But check for that. That one looks good.
And that one would no longer be frightened. That would have ticked down. That will miss.
I will hero point that. No.
Nope, still a miss. Over to Libbiel.
Libbiel is going to say, Daegron, let's finish this one off and then go help them. And cast another electric bee sting, the one that's there next to.
That will miss. 19 against AC.
Here's the electric damage.
So it's taking 4. I will apply those. You have 1 action left, Libbiel?
We're going to cast the shield on myself.
Okay. Up next is the one that has Dezi grabbed. It is going to try to pull you closer, Dezi. That's going to pull you 30 feet. So you are right next to its mouth now. You are 5 feet off the ground.
This is at least map, I think.
Yes, it is map. And it is trying to claw you. It critically misses on its first attempt and tries with its last action. And critically hits with a natural 20.
Natural 20 is why.
A natural 1 followed by a natural 20.
Okay, well, I'm at... That was... You see Dezi bleeding very badly.
That was that one's turn. Now we have the one that has Vanarel lassoed. It's going to try to pull you.
Alrighty.
20 against your Fortitude DC.
Against my Fortitude DC, yes.
So it's pulled you
succeed.
10. It pulls you 15 feet, so you are underneath it. It's at elevation 20. You are at elevation 5. I'm going to leave you 1 square out of it so we can see each other more easily, but you are underneath it. It will need to do a second action to keep pulling you up closer. This will have map on it. I need to put a -5. It does not pull you more. It tries a third time of that. 20 will get you, so you are now right below it. But that was all 3 of its actions. It is now Daegron's turn.
As this kind of gets pulled again, he kind of lets himself get pulled a little bit as he swings his axe up at it to try to get a better angle. So he swings the next splitter at it
That will hit.
for a 21. And that is 16 points of slashing.
It's looking
And
like
then
its
he
shell is
will-
cracked and it's bleeding. You see kind of a weird purplish ichor flowing out of it.
He's going to bring the axe around again and try to finish it off here.
That will hit again.
Yeah, 24 for then 10 more points of damage.
And you fall to the ground. I think you were 5 feet up, right? No, you weren't because it had the map. So you are just no longer grabbed. You are on the ground. You have one action
Okay,
left.
and as he hits the ground, he turns and starts sprinting behind to try to catch up to where he just heard a scream from Dezi as he was reeled in. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and I think that's all I got. Yeah, that's all I got because it's heavy armor.
Vanarel.
I'm dangling underneath a cave fisher thing. So I need to... Okay, so because of my failures before, I'm now fully restrained.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. And in which case, I have no choice but to try and escape.
That is correct.
I will try to escape.
That does
Probably
not
not.
succeed.
Probably not with the 16. Oh, this has my ranger negatives. Let me put the rest of them on here because this is a... There we go. This time for sure. 18.
Sadly, no.
Still doesn't do it. Yep. Remember that one from last time. Okay, and then last but not hopefully least. I believe that balances it out correctly.
You are still restrained.
Negative numbers.
Yes.
I'll just work my way into the cave fisher's mouth with a -1.
Dezi.
Yeah, I think I'm best on defense right now, so we are going to cast a shield spell on myself.
Okay, flat check.
No, this is just concentrate. There's
Got
no
it.
manipulate.
Okay.
But for my next trick, I will require a concentration check to utter a prayer to the open road that this concentration check goes well, or this flat check goes well to cast heal. Oh my
It does not go
freaking-
well.
Okay. Well, I have no hero point. No, that's not a saving throw or
Okay. Libbiel.
All right. Libbiel's going to move in to assist. Her first action after the move is going to just be to help out Dezi with a life boost. It's not a lot, but
Thanks,
a little
Libby.
bit. And then that's just one action. So she's going to cast another shield on herself.
Okay. Move, life boost, and shield.
Yeah.
We have the one that's attacking Dezi up next, who is going to try to attack Dezi again with a claw. Natural 1. It will try a second claw on Dezi. And Dezi just gets a hero point from the audience. Let me give it to you. Second attack is a miss. Third attack is a miss. Dezi had a good round there. Look at that. Critical miss, miss, miss. And up next, the one that is hauling Vanarel up, who has hauled Vanarel up next to it, is going to try to attack you. Bite number 1, or claw number 1, is going to crit you.
Oh
A
yes.
30 versus AC. For 34 points of damage.
Ouch.
You are still conscious? Yes. It tries a second bite.
Not by a lot.
And it misses. And it tries a third bite. And it hits
That-
because you are flat-footed because of the grab.
Mhm.
I believe you are dying 1.
That 17 is going to put me down. Yep. Now I'm just dead weight.
Your initiative moves to right there. Daegron. You heard lots of yelps or grunts from Vanarel, and you now see him just hanging beneath this thing.
Yeah, that's not great. He's 20 feet up, right?
15. Yep,
Or 15. But the creature's 20 feet.
that is correct.
Not too many great options for me here. I think he'll go and try to climb the wall next to Vanarel and hopefully get up to help him at some point here. Now, would it make sense to go underneath of him here?
It could.
So.
If that becomes tricky with the map, we can move people around to make it make sense.
I'll just say I'm there. I'm underneath of him. We can see that I'm climbing up, so he has to move there, sheath his axe because he does not have combat climber, and then he's going to have to do a climb check here to try to get up to him. So he'll do an athletics.
I'm going to say it's a DC 15, so that makes it so you're 5 feet up.
Okay, and that's all 3 for this turn, unfortunately.
Okay, I've marked you as 5 foot up. Dezi, you get 4 points of healing back.
Yeah, I don't know what to do because I don't know what Daegron's going to do when he gets up there, but I guess we'll find out.
I don't know yet either.
Okay. I still cast spells, so I might as well do that and shield, I guess. Sure. I will try the more damaging spell on. Well, let's cast shield. Let's re-up my shield first. So I'll cast shield spell, and then I'm gonna cast telekinetic projectile, which I haven't done before. As my fox tattoo glows, you see one of the shreds of Bach or one of the stones fly up and try to hit the lobster crab thing near Vanarel over there.
So flat check.
That's been my day today. Yep.
That's been your day.
I'm going to save the single hero point for unconscious purposes. So.
Okay. And the shield, I think, is the other one. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. I'll get that up now.
Okay. Libbiel.
All right. Libbiel's going to cast just a live wire on. As much as it would be a good idea to get Vanarel out of his trouble, she's going to go for Dezi's crab in order to try to get the healer out of danger.
That will hit. The 27 against AC.
Come on, full damage.
5 points to the crab.
Middling, of course.
You have 1 action left.
Is it a good idea to life boost Vanarel? Yeah, I'll do it. Vanarel, get life boost.
Oh, I think you.
Okay. It's the one that is grabbing Dezi. Trying to get Dezi. Claw number 1. Snip, snip with the little pinchers. Misses. Attack number 2. Misses. Attack number 3. Misses. Another very lucky round for you on dice rolls here. Vanarel, you get 4 HP back. You are conscious. You have probably dropped your weapons. And you're still hanging in the air beneath this thing.
Eyes flutter open. I see the situation has not improved.
Well, I guess the one question, did you use Orc Ferocity or not? Oh, you don't have that anymore.
I don't have it any longer. Thanks
right.
for the last time I was obliterated. Yep.
Learned your lesson.
No, I just have Vishkanya annoyance right now. Okay, well, I'm going to try to get myself out of this. Breaking myself out as best I can. Maybe all this pesky blood I'm bleeding out will act as a lubricant.
It does.
There's a 22.
Give me a reflex save as you fall down.
Oh, right. I am up in the air, aren't I?
You're 15 feet up in the air.
Daegron counts as an edge here.
I'm gonna say you're gonna land prone, but not taking any damage. You kind of did a controlled fall.
Oh, great.
So that's one
Bounced off
action.
me. It slowed your fall.
Oh, thanks.
What are you doing next?
Oh, okay. I am going to. That thing's gonna come for us again.
Skedaddle.
I'm gonna grab one of my hammers. I'm going to stand up.
Okay, that's a turn.
That's it.
It is up next. Is it going for you, or is it going for... I think it's going for you. It's still right over you, so I think that's the...
Well, technically, I'm.
Oh, you're
above
closer. You are
Vanarel
closer
right
to
now.
it now. So yeah, it will go for Daegron.
I'm just there for visibility's sake, but I'm directly above him.
That is true. So it's trying to lasso you with its sticky filament, and it missed. It tries a second time. And it grabs you. And it will then grab you with a 23 against your AC, and it will then try to pull you up. And this will need to have some map on it, so let me check that after I roll. It fails to pull you up.
Ah, unfortunate.
Daegron, I know you were hoping to get the easy climb there.
Yeah, exactly. Can I climb up this thing's filament?
It's very sticky. I would say...
Like, is it gonna try to pull me up more? Because I only need one hand to pull my axe out.
Yeah. If you're going to try... I will say, if you're going to let it pull you up on its turn...
Oh, 100%.
It will get one attack on you then, because it won't have to do the 2 times trying to pull you up. But
yeah, he wouldn't have resisted. I should have said that. He was basically disappointed when it didn't pull him.
Okay, so in that case, here's the one attack against you. This is still max map, because it had to hit you, pull you up, and then map. So it missed on its bites. You are now next to it.
And he's like, yes, and he pulls his axe off of his back and tries to bury it in the side of this thing.
And I'm going to give you a hero point for that right away. Letting it pull you up in order to get the attack off. That is a hit.
Okay, so that's 24 to hit with a 18 points of slashing.
And it's cracking under that load very much.
He goes for another one, and just because I'm going to hero point that one.
Okay.
Why not?
And that
didn't
missed.
work.
Nope.
And then he's going to roar in its face for an intimidation. Should have started with that one, but either way. We'll see if we can get it on there for other people.
It is frightened.
That's all 3.
Dezi.
Okay, Dezi's feeling like he has to try to break out of this. So I will try the athletics check to break. Or unarmed? Actually, unarmed might make more sense for me. I'm going to try to basically push away from this thing to break out of its hold. I'll drop a hand from my crossbow because I'm not going to need a hand on there.
That will escape. You are not grabbed anymore.
Okay, and am I falling a little bit into the water, or where am
You're
I?
falling a little bit in the
exactly?
water. I'm not going to say it makes you fall prone here. You were only it's only 10 feet above the water, so you're falling 10 feet into water. That's not going to do any damage, so that won't knock you prone.
How high is the wall on this side?
10 feet.
Oh, sorry. Is it 10 feet on the west and east sides?
Yes,
or are those
10 feet.
guys
10
lower?
feet on both sides. Oh, on west and east sides, no.
you know
On
what?
those sides, it's only like 3 feet above the top of the pit.
Okay. Then my second and third action are going to basically move to the west to get out of its sight and reach, if I can. And that's probably going to take all my actions, going through some water and difficult terrain and up the side there,
Sure.
I'm going to guess.
Libbiel.
Libbiel, seeing that Dezi's free, is going to refocus the efforts on killing the one crab that's closer. Another electric bee sting.
Which will miss. 14 against AC.
Well, here's electric damage for
Yep,
it.
so looks like 3 points.
Casts a shield on herself.
Okay, the one that has Daegron grabbed is going to try to use its pinchers to try to find the gaps between your armor and get some of the flesh. It seems like it's used to fighting other crabs, so it does kind of see how to get its way through that armor. Attack number 1 is going to hit you with a 24 against AC for 15 points of damage. It tries a second claw. Now that it found flesh, it's going for it again. It hits again with a 21 against your AC that's currently 20 because of the grab. That was the downside to letting it pull you up, is it has you grabbed and you're flat-footed. And it will then try a third attack and miss. Vanarel.
All right, so this thing is still up on the ceiling. The other one's halfway up the wall. All right, quick change of plans. The hammer I just picked up will be dropped again. I am going to draw my short bow, and I will just pepper this thing from down here for as much as it'll let me. Let me see if I can just
Let's take
find.
let's take the conditions off you that don't belong. You're no longer grabbed. You're not prone.
Well, now I will. I choose to use arrows instead of my small tactical nukes for these giant crab creatures. 15
Is a miss.
Good to use the nukes. All right, I've got one more arrow I can launch at it. I may as well have just thrown that one end over end. Natural
Okay.
one.
Up next, we have the one that was going for Dezi, who has now lost sight of Dezi. It's going to climb along the ceiling. 5, 10, 15. It will then spit its lasso back at you. It critically hits you with the lasso, which has no effect other than hitting you with the lasso. It then tries to pull you, and it has pulled you up next to it. So here the ceiling is 10.
That's with map, I'm assuming.
I don't have. Sorry, I
doesn't
should
matter,
have put the map
but
on
yeah,
that. So it'd
it
be
is.
26 against
So
your
it'd be a
fortitude
success.
DC. A success
Okay.
is still all it needs to get you 5
Yeah.
feet off the ground, which is what it needs here. So you're adjacent to it. Daegron.
Is there any way for me to try to pull this thing off the ceiling with me and fall with it?
I would take an athletics check to try that.
Yeah,
Sure,
probably a
let's
trip
get more.
attempt. Knock its feet out from above it.
Yeah, I guess that would be that would technically work there. So
I was
either
viewing
way,
it more like a
roll the
shove
athletics.
than a trip, but it's all the same thing. 23 against its. That is enough. Give me a reflex save as you fall.
Okay. Reflex save a 18.
Okay, the two of you are going to take equal damage. None of you is on top of the other. So you're falling 20 feet. You're both taking 10 points of damage and landing prone.
Okay, and then after that, after he lands prone, so one action, he's going to stand up, and then as it's prone, swing the axe down onto it and try to crack this shell here.
And did you take your
Let
10
me,
points of damage? Just checking.
Oh, here, I'll take that right now. So 10 points of damage on me. That would, I would assume, remove my grab.
I'm going to say he held on to you with this. You're still grabbed.
Okay, either way, we swing at him. And this will be with map here, since that was a maneuver. Ooh, a nat 3 on that.
Nat 3 will miss. Dezi.
I think the notion of escaping this thing and running away is a solid one. So I think we're going to try the athletics to escape.
You can see that the pathway to the west ends in a dead end, while the one to the east does seem to lead off the map. That will fail to escape, but it does not restrain you from that.
I'm going to halfling luck.
Well, it doesn't make things worse. That's my house rule. So
2 actions left. I'm right next to it. I don't have a lot of options here. Try to reload and shield.
flat check to reload. You have reloaded your crossbow. Libbiel.
Libbiel is going to just continue and just see if she can free up her friends to go help Dezi. Once again, electric beasting.
That one will hit.
Oh, that doesn't happen.
For the 5 damage. Also, the frighten should be off of it now. You have one action left.
Just another shield, I guess.
The one over by Dezi, who has already hauled him up, is going to try to claw at Dezi with a miss, with a 19 against your AC. Your AC is currently 20, looks like exactly. So that's
Thank you, shield.
Ooh,
the shield spell is what saved you there. And then the maps are what's saving you here, it looks like. Vanarel,
Now this crab is back on the ground.
just after you switched weapons, yes.
That's okay. The beauty of having a bow in my hand is that I do currently have a hand free.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's is 1+. So I am going to, with one action, pick up my warhammer that's still on the ground right here with me, heft it back up over my head and down onto the crab, or so we hope.
That is a
Stop
hit.
moving. Please stop moving, Mr. Crab.
Another creature with a lot of legs. And that one
Yeah.
is dead.
Okay, I will let go of the hammer, and with my third and final action, I think I can just make out this one here. At least I can see its icon. I don't know how much.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a point of cover then. It's
Okay.
all set.
Then I will try to fire the arrow.
That will miss though. Another critical miss.
That goes wide.
You and the bow are not good friends yet.
I do prefer hammers.
Daegron,
Okay.
moving through the water's
seeing now
difficult
I'm
terrain.
free. Yep. So let's see here. We'll remove this grab effect. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to get through. So that would be 10,
Jump might get you
20.
across.
I don't have any room to run though.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, you can. You can go down this way.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. I
And then you
think that's
jump
the case.
across. Heck,
I
you
think
could
no
probably
matter what,
get
even with
across
movement, it's going to take two actions to get there, no matter what I do, I believe, because I'm going to have to
Fair
move,
point.
then jump. So I'm going to just move along this side here. And is this, oh, sorry. Is this, I can jump onto this here?
Onto that box? Sure.
Yeah.
I would probably maybe take an acrobatics or a reflex save though.
Sure. We'll go reflex save here.
Yep, you make it. The box is a little
Okay.
wobbly. Your foot maybe cracks through some of the wood a little bit. So I'm gonna put an off guard on you while you're in that square.
Works with me. He is going to, it's within reach of him. He is going to try to reposition it or shove it away from Dezi and try to break the grapple it has on him and push it back this way, I think. So this will be a shove here. So we'll do his +12 on athletics.
That is
or
a failure.
20. I'm going to use my last hero point for a nat.
That is a critical success. So you wanted to push it to there. Were you trying to push it
Yep.
off the ceiling, or were you pushing it, or just pushing it along?
If I can, yeah. He's just trying to shove it away from Dezi and to like rip it off the ceiling if he can.
Yeah, with the critical, I'm going to say that's going to be prone there. It has not broken the grab. They do seem to be able to spool out extra filament when they were pushed away like this.
Either way, he strides in place of Dezi to get in front of him, and we'll follow after it. That's all three.
Okay. Dezi. I think is that the last round of your heal, but still it's giving you a lot back.
Looks like it. Yeah. So I think I'm still grabbed. I guess first action I'll try to break the grab.
You are restrained.
This is what hero points are for.
You are just normally grabbed.
Well, in that case, I will shoot the thing with my crossbow because I did manage to reload.
Yep,
I'm going to put some cover back on it. That is going to hit.
Hey, guys. Ooh.
Oh, my 2 with 2 natural ones on the damage die there. That seems great, yeah. And since I'm soloing this crab, I will cast shield.
Libbiel.
Libbiel's going to take care of the last crab, hopefully. Come on. Electric beasting. Do anything. No.
That 18 to the 2. Yep, 12 against AC is a miss. We'll take the electricity damage, please. Which this time is 1 point of that. And you have an action left.
I'm going to move up to a position.
Okay, it is up. It is going to stand up.
I will swing at it. So with the next splitter,
Ooh.
that is a 31.
That is a crit.
Pretty good damage, 30 points of slashing.
It is then going to scuttle away, pull in on Dezi 15 against your Fortitude DC.
That will fail.
You don't get moved. That was its whole turn. Vanarel.
Okay, I feel like this is what a juggler is like when they're in a fight with all these weapons lying around. I am going to designate this last cave fisher crab as my hunted prey. I am going to pick up the hammer in the square that is the one that is more aerodynamic, and I am going to throw it at said cave fisher crab. It is 5, 10, 15. It is 20, so it's within range. We're using... Oh, wait. That's the melee attack I was about to use. That's not the one. There we go. Let's see if we can crunch this thing at
That
a
is
distance.
a hit. For 10 points. And we are out of combat. I'm also giving a bonus hero point to Vanarel for the weapon juggling, because the mix of Warhammer, throwing hammer, bow was very nice.
That was a fun fight.
I'll head back to the party, trudging through water and to that area over there. That wasn't pleasant.
I'm going to refocus.
Dezi, I
real
saw
quick.
you up there. You were stiff arming that thing over and over. That was
Yeah, I
impressive.
think I've learned how to like turtle. I think that's my new strategy. Just curl up in a ball, cast shield.
Completely out of character. That was an amazingly lucky string of rolls.
Yeah, I really think it was. I mean, the shield, I didn't even have to use shield block, which was a little surprising. But
Yeah, I think it had 6 rolls in a row that were never higher than a 7.
What those? I think those are what? Were they plus 12s on attacks and missing
On its first
every
one.
attack?
Yeah.
let's do some patching up. And then I think, I guess we should explore more, but maybe we head upstairs or like make sure we're not right near this water to patch up.
Yeah,
Let's take a step back towards the entrance just a little bit.
It's meant to just be 4 rounds. I think Desi might have got all 4.
Yeah, mine expired automatically. So
And
I'm gonna
Vanarel is
go
at
gather
exactly
my-
16, so I believe Vanarel got all 4 rounds as well.
Okay.
So you're going to back
I'm
up.
gonna-
Sounds like you're going back upstairs and meeting with Dana and JC while you rest up. Is that what's going on?
sure, we might as well have a
Yeah.
chat with them while we heal.
I'm going to put a sigil right here at the entrance
Mhm.
using the sigil cantrip. So we know which way we came from.
Okay. I mean, these stairs go back where you came down from, so this is not
Yeah,
going deep.
she's- I know, but she wants to mark the way they go as they go at, basically.
Actually, before we leave, I'll do a quick detect magic just to see if there's anything magic in this immediate area near us.
Yeah, you don't detect
from
any
there.
magic.
Okay, figured I'd check. Then we can head back up, and we can leave ourselves here if it makes sense. And
Yeah, if you're just going to heal and chat with them for a bit, there's no real time pressure right now. It's early in the morning. Let's say it takes about 30, 40 minutes. It's still before lunch. You're fully tapped. You're fully recovered. Does that work for you all?
It's
Yeah,
fine to
that'll do
me.
it.
Actually, can I ask around in the camp to see if there's anyone who can help Vanarel with the resurrection sickness, I guess?
That's
It's just a matter of time.
it's just a matter of time. I think nothing is able to clear that in advance.
Okay.
It's extremely high level magic to bring someone back from the dead. And reincarnate with the whole body swapping, it makes it a little trickier to get used to it.
Yeah.
We are on day 2, I believe, out of 7 now at least, so
I did see that the passage to the west and dead ended, but the one to the east of the water kept going. Maybe we should search these barrels and crates in here and then see about continuing down that passage.
Sounds good. I'll go check down south a little bit, see if these fishers had stashed anything away.
I heard the magic word search, so one of these barrels, if you come back over in this side of the room, one of these barrels actually has, amazingly, some ancient wine in it still. I can also take a nature check from folks.
Guys, don't drink the old wine.
Where did the light just come from?
Oh, sorry. I put on Libby's torch.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I just was surprised to see it suddenly really light up.
Yeah, Libby's going to mark the entrance of each room with a sigil. Importantly, the entrance that leads towards the exit of each room.
Vanarel, you know that the glands that produce that filament in the cave fissures is very valuable. And it would
Oh.
be a crafting or survival check to harvest it.
Might make sense to do that. I can try the survival. Libby, you want to get one with crafting, and I'll get one with survival, and figure out the last one.
Sure. I'll
I got the
roll
last one with
insight.
crafting.
Sounds good.
It's not great, but he pulls his axe out and he goes to cleave into it to pull it out. Didn't work.
Yeah, Daegron, you just
Nope.
smashed the one you were working on.
This one was already broken. I must have gotten in the fight.
Yeah, he didn't look too healthy.
Dezi, you successfully get a critical on yours, so I'm going to say you recover a better than usual one, which counteracts Daegron's effect. And Libbiel has a regular success. I don't have a treasure bundle for that or loot actor. I'm just going to put 18 gold on your party sheet, unless you want it tracked as cave fisher glands.
Yeah,
I
think
don't
that's
see
fine.
us needing it. So
That's not bag interesting level, so.
So 18 gold worth. There you go. And so now as you keep exploring the rest of these boxes, nothing interesting in them. Some of them are old and waterlogged. You are a little surprised that they haven't rotted completely out. As you know, this place is suspected to be thousands of years old. That seems to bear the idea that maybe there was some magic preserving this area for a while that's no longer active.
Well, is everybody ready? We can continue on.
Sure. Oh, this does look like a dead end. Is there something further down there?
At the end of that hall, it does turn a corner. It goes a little bit further, and then there is a large stone door.
Let's
and at
definitely check this for traps and crabs.
Okay,
At
give me your
force.
perception check for traps and crabs.
Crab check. Oh, sorry, that was not hidden crab check.
That's fine. Hidden crab check. There are no hidden crabs. There are no visible crabs either. And for the
They're
other
locked.
two who are doing secret checks, no secret crabs either. So no
Oh.
secret, hidden, or visible crabs.
Locked or unlocked?
Just feels like a very heavy door. It does not, it looks like it maybe once was supposed to be a secret door, but over the years now, maybe slightly shifting rocks and ceiling, you can see the cracks that would show where the secret door was supposed to be hidden. It's still closed. You think you have to push it, to open it at this point, but it is an obvious secret door.
I'll let the ones who are good at pushing do the pushing.
Yep. You point out the pushy, and I do the pushing.
Yeah, give me an athletics check. It was tough for you, but you managed to slowly push this door open. It doesn't squeak or there's no sort of weird sound like that, but it is scraping along the ground. You can tell it wasn't designed to swing, easily. And it took a lot of your strength to push this door open. It does feel like this complex was made for people larger than you. The ceilings are always 20 feet tall. The halls are 10 feet wide. It does feel like this is made for large creatures. And let me put you where you arrive next. The passageway winds its way a little bit around, going deeper and deeper into the earth. You arrive at a place that the passageway forks left and right, and in both directions you see stairs leading down.
I think it might lead to the same place, but
Attention.
preference?
I mean, I've heard the expression to the left, so I'd say left.
Yes. And he'll start going down to the left, and he'll do a perception check as they kind of get close to these stairs and make sure there's no sort of traps he sees here.
And the one thing you're seeing first also along the way, all of these little divots along the map, they are all some sort of statues. They are not, they look, they're part statue and part relief. looking as if they are escaping from the wall. All of them depict life-size Cyclops dressed in robes with flames kind of depicted on the robes. Each one is holding a brazier in their raised hands.
A lot of fiery stuff here.
Very ornate. They must have been
Another
very
little
wealthy.
symbol here for the crossroad.
And as you
Sorry, I just
round,
want to make sure we can find our way back.
as you round that corner, one wall of this room is completely covered by a 30-foot tall bookcase. I think that's all the little book icons I put on the map. Both the ladder and the books are obviously sized for large creatures. On the other side are what appear to be reading desks and chairs, though they are hidden under draped sheets gray with dust. Central in the room, near the entrance, stands an irregular block of a warm yellow material with a creature of some kind visible inside of it. The creature inside looks like this.
Ooh, I think he should stay in there then.
It's an ectoplasm dog. Got it. Warty dog. Do I know what sort of creature that is?
I can take a
Yeah.
nature or society check.
It's an ugly one.
You give a roll. Yes, you would know this is something called a troll hound. This one seems a little different than usual. Troll hounds are squat, slavering beasts akin to trolls in canine form. You know they have regeneration. That's kind of their defining feature. But what would you like to know about them in general?
I mean, seems more an interesting thing. I guess. Yeah. Okay, fine. How do we deal with the regeneration, just in case this thing does break out?
Fire or acid stops its regeneration.
I'm gonna look at the box that it's in. I think magical in origin, so I'm gonna roll Arcana.
Sure. It is definitely magic of some kind. And the material itself, though, seems like a type of resin, amber, something of that nature.
Is it looking fragile?
Not completely. It looks like it's still in there.
I think we can approach, but I think there might be a trap associated with this, maybe.
Should certainly be cautious. If it does break out, we want to hit it with some sort of fire to stop it from regenerating, if possible.
Well, she waves her torch. I think I have that handled.
And as you look at it up close, you also see that it has what looks like a crystal finger on its collar around its neck.
Detect magic and try to figure out if something about this is magical.
You can tell there is magic in the room that seems to be preserving this. So you think you could release it if you wanted to with Arcana or Nature to disrupt the ley lines, the spell points that are holding this thing in stasis.
We are supposed to make this place safe, but I'm not sure if this is considered dangerous. Maybe we look around the room first and then figure out what to do about this?
Okay.
You take a look. I'll keep an eye on it.
See lots of books, so I'm going to start looking through the books and whatnot in this room.
Sure.
I will join you with the books.
I can take a
try to
society
listen.
check. So looking at all the books here, Dezi is not able to make hide or tail of any of the books. The letters are huge. It's not a language you know. Even cross-referencing with the book Indo gave you, you're having trouble. Libbiel, on the other hand, having no trouble. You see most of the titles you can't get a full translation of. There's not enough. There's too many proper names, you think. And those just aren't referenced in your book, and you don't know necessarily how to translate those. But you see lots of things that sound like alchemical treatises, magical research. Strange enough, some about gardening it sounds like as well, or botany. But it seems like it's mainly alchemical, magical, with a small smattering of gardening books thrown in.
This seems to be maybe an alchemist's lab. Maybe one with a little bit of herbology to it.
Perhaps. That's And also, I'm going to take a look at that. Can I tell what that finger is, potentially? Like, that's hanging around the dog's neck. That seems strange.
Give me a perception check. I mean, it looks like a cyclops-sized finger, so maybe, about the size of 4 or 5 of your fingers combined in diameter. It's made out of crystal with a slight greenish tinge to it, and you see what looks like some carvings in it. You think there might be some form of lettering, but you cannot make out the details inside the amber. Too much of it's being refracted in ways that just, you can tell there's markings, but you can't read them.
I would let people know and say, I think if we do want a closer look at the finger with the writings, we're going to probably have to deal with this thing, but...
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna take Vanarel, are you looking at these, or should I?
I was just trying to make sense of them. I'm not sure what's in them or what they would have been used for. These little implements over here on the left, against the left side wall.
Yeah, against the left side wall, you see more of those little kind of bowl-like things that you saw in the hands of all the statues on the walkway. And inside is a very pungent and sticky ash. You're surprised it actually still has an aroma. It's very off-putting. It almost makes you want to throw up, but not enough to make you sickened but it's whatever that ash and stickiness is, it's gross inside this little bowl.
Is it something we can figure out what it is? Like, is it some sort of alchemical reagent, potentially?
I would take crafting or nature on this.
I'm going to take a look as well.
Dezi,
You can do crafting.
you think you'd want to do some experiments to confirm, but you think this might be the residue after burning the sap of the Borosovi trees. Daegron kind of agrees with that as well. That seems
Yes,
plausible.
yes.
You'd want to test this. You'd want to get outside, cut one of the trees, get some sap, and burn it to confirm. But the tree sap smells a little bit like this. You know it burns very long and very well. So that seems believable.
Okay.
Yes,
Might be
Libby just
useful.
decided things tasty.
Could be useful if we have to let the ugly dog out of its square yellow cage.
That seems like it was already burnt, or do I think
Already
it still
burnt.
has some...
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And the pot itself, does that have anything in it?
No.
Or is that... Okay, gotcha. Do we want to deal with the dog now, or do we want to keep going?
Well, I think it might be prudent to deal with it now versus if we have to beat a hasty retreat and somehow it gets loose.
Okay, I'm going to get back here then.
Yeah, take a step back.
Yeah, position
Maybe
where you'd
you
like
two...
to.
Yeah, that. There.
And then
I don't know if you saw, I loaded up my fire arrow to be prepared for this thing.
very good. And then if you're where you want to be, that's fine. And then one of you, make sure you coordinate so it's only one of you between Dezi and, I believe, Libby. Give me an Arcana or a Nature check to try to disperse the spell.
I'm out of hero points. You want to do it? Doesn't matter to me.
I'll give it a shot. Let's go with Arcana check.
28 is
Woof.
a critical success. The spell is not only disrupted, but you see it kind of feed back on itself in a way that causes the amber to become brittle, that it collapses under its own weight in a way that disorients the creature inside. So it is released, but it's going to have a -1 for the entire first round on basically everything.
Right.
And let me get rid of the amber. There we go. And now we can toggle everyone in, as it is initiative right away, as you probably would expect from a troll hound.
Not one of those friendly troll hounds.
Not one of those friendly troll hounds. I don't know if you've ever met one of those friendly troll hounds.
Not yet. Still looking.
I don't know if they exist.
Oh yes, the very private roll for initiative. Very shy.
I was on. I forgot I was still on blind.
We'll never know.
Daegron, you are up first.
Okay, up first, seeing as it breaks free and the amber shatters, he goes through the wreckage of it to get a better line of it with Vanarel here. And as he does that, I'm going to try out a fancy new macro for the snagging strike. Let me see here. We just have to make sure all this is set up correctly. Yep, move that, and then he will be good to go. Okay. Back.
I didn't have the -1 on it. Did that change anything? Did not change it. So that's just a regular hit.
Yep.
What is that? Oh, the off guard 1 round.
Yep, I found the
Interesting.
macro. I did the smart thing and looked in our compendiums that have macros, and hey, there's a snagging strike macro there. So
I'm just surprised that
should
it
make
uses
things a
this
little
weird
easier.
icon that, to me, does not look
Right,
like snagging
right?
strike. We'll just have to get used to that green-red is your snagging strike, which implies the off guard. Awesome.
Yep. Okay, so that is the one there, and then should have done this again to the start, but we'll go for the intimidating glare as he roars as he kind of lands the axe across its back here.
And that
It
will
doesn't seem
not
to hear him.
intimidate it. It's probably roaring right back in your face even louder.
That's all
Libbiel.
three.
Yeah, is going to target it and do a little bit of a bee sting again. Feel like a D&D 5th edition warlock.
That will hit. For 5 points. 1 action left.
And for my final action, I am just going to give myself a shield.
Dezi.
Dizzy will activate their ammunition. They'll cast their Sure Strike, and we're gonna make sure this thing's taking some fire damage.
I don't know if you pulled the Sure Strike onto yourself.
Oh, that was probably it.
You just cast it. So go ahead and roll a second time. And you miss.
Are you serious? Okay, fine.
That was your turn, right?
Yes.
It's up. He heals. He's going to... Does he have Intimidate? He does not, so he can't actually roll. He can't actually roar back for effect against Daegron. While he's roaring at you, his mouth gets wider and wider, and he tries to bite you.
Libby, we need to do fire damage.
He missed. He's going to try a second time. Maybe now not quite so big a mouth. Nope, small bites don't work either. And then it is going to step back. Vanarel.
That'll break its off guard also, keep in mind, because it's now out of my reach.
All right. Well, I'm going to line this thing up as my hunted prey. And theoretically, I feel back and nice and at home. Up close, I have a hammer in each hand, and I'm going to flurry on this thing and try to discourage it from biting any of us. Maybe not with an 11 in total.
Not going to discourage
For the
anyone
first
with that.
All right. Well, that's we're not done yet, or maybe we are. An 11 followed by an 8.
Faenliss, quick thing. I gotta check this out real quick. Sorry.
Let's see. When activated,
It's
reserve...
1 splash damage. I'm unsure if the splash actually works on a regular miss.
I would say it does. So
In that case, the
yeah.
regeneration wouldn't have happened.
Yep,
It would
I'm
have
gonna
taken one
I'm gonna
there.
take off the 15 off of it, and I'll put 1 more point on for the splash. There you go. And Vanarel missed again. Okay.
Yep.
We are.
And then I got one
you have
more.
Okay.
That I will most certainly miss it with, but may as well be consistent. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We're round 2. Daegron.
Stride up. He is going to then, I should say, and before as he strides up there, he draws a torch in his free hand, and then he will attempt out his map here. He's going to do a trip on this to try to put it on the ground to help everybody else, as he's not able to light the torch quite yet this turn. So for his trip here, plus 12 on this. Ooh, and that 2 ain't going to do it.
That's a fail.
But he does have his unlit torch in his free hand right now.
Okay, so it was step, grab a torch, and attempt a trip. Libbiel.
Okay, well, it doesn't come up very often, but Bia does have independent, so I'm going to send Bia over to Daegron and deliver a spell through Bia of runic weapon.
Dagon's weapon's already +1. I don't think
Oh,
that does
really?
anything.
Yeah, mine's plus
They
one
don't
striking,
stack?
unfortunately.
No.
No.
Why did I? Okay.
Runic weapon is
Gonna-
you can roll that back this time. Runic weapon is amazing at level 1 and 2. By level 4, typically it's only going to be helpful on a person's backup weapon or a unexpected change to something you found in the dungeon for some reason.
Okay. I'm gonna have to.
If you want to even between sessions swap out
Yeah.
what you have in that slot, that's totally fine.
All right. We'll just do the regular thing.
Yep.
I am still getting used to Pathfinder.
Totally fair. That's a hit
Wow.
for max damage. And you have 1 action left.
Nobody needs regeneration yet, so we'll just do another shield. I
Dezi.
guess it decides to go for me.
This is going to load their last fire ammunition. Activate it and shoot and hope.
That looks better. That is a hit.
Okay, I am happy with that.
So you roll your damage normally, and then I drag the extra 2 effects on as well, I believe. Is that how this works?
I think I have to roll them. So it's 12 regular, and I think the splash would apply to our neighbors too. But yeah.
That is true. So Daegron and Vanarel take that 1 point of splash. You also notice that, it should take even more. It took more damage. It seems to have a weakness to fire,
Oh,
which
then
I did not account for last time. I have now.
Yeah.
I've done it now.
Cool. Okay. It's gonna be mad at me, so hit it lots, please.
It is its turn. It does not heal those 15. And yeah, it is going to run at you.
Hey,
Hey, where you
All
going?
right, a double hit.
yeah.
That's a hit from Daegron.
14 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. That's a hit from Vanarel. Wasn't a crit, so it's not going to disrupt the move. 7 more points. And now it is going to try to bite Dezi, wielder of the cursed fire. And he is going to crit you
Boo.
for a very low damage roll of 16 points. However, I need a fort save.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll remember that. Oh, actually, I won't
Interesting.
remember that. You are enfeebled 1.
Ooh.
And then it
And
also
also
tries to knock you down. And this is the plus knockdown, so it does not have map on it. It does critically knock you down, so it's going to do a d6 of damage. 4 points as it knocks you prone. And it is now Vanarel's turn. And it takes 16 more points from the persistent fire. And it is still on fire.
Well, I will come over here and I'm told that the cure for fire is several hammer blows to the top of the skull. So I'll come over here and I will flurry upon this thing, hoping to just put it out of its misery.
That is a miss. Followed by a critical miss.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I've got one more chance.
17 and a 9, respectively, in those 2 rolls.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I
And then a 5.
done. That's me.
Daegron, finish it,
Get rid of
please.
it, Daegron. You got it.
Drops his axe as he moves and strikes.
It's good. Don't worry about the fire. It's on fire. Just use your axe.
This thing will do more, I think, because it's
Oh,
plus 15.
Fair. Yeah.
So he strikes the torch at lit as he strides over here, and with the torch, he'll jam it into its body.
And miss.
For 17. Yeah, that's rough. Oh well. He's still got a flaming torch in his hand for his up.
So Libby looks at the torch in her hand. Is like, that's a smart idea. Pokes it.
It misses. Not by a lot, but it misses. You have 2 actions left.
I do also have a hero point left.
That is true. And that's the
Oh
same
no.
miss.
Okay. We're going to try for a 20. Never gets these.
That is a miss. There was a 19 on the die for a 17 total.
Like I said, we're
Yep.
fishing for a 20.
Yep. Okay. So you're flailing the torch away. It's definitely shying back, but you're also at times having to keep the torch away from your hat and from your hair at times. And you're not used to using a weapon like this. Dezi.
Not at all.
Dezi's gonna stand up, and then I'm just gonna move away from this thing. Yeah, straight to there, because I don't really want to go deeper right now. I've got 1 action left. I'm gonna cast shield.
Trollhound is up next. It would not heal. Let me take that healing off. And it now realizes moving away from those 2 is a bad idea. People wielding fire are Libbiel and Daegron. So I'm going to do a 50-50 on this. 1 is Libbiel, 2 is Daegron. Daegron it is.
Yes.
It will crit you
I'd rather it crit me.
for 20 points of damage, and I will... Oops, I keep missing that click. I will need a fort save from you. Nothing happens immediately, but I need to track something. It then tries to knock you over.
Daegron, I am your future.
We're all going to be enfeebled.
It has knocked you over. So 6 points and you're prone. And for its third action, it will try to chomp on you another time. Knockdown no longer interacts with map, so this is the second map attack. It will hit you again. You do not need to roll another fortitude save. For 9 more points of damage. And Vanarel. And then it bleeds and it burns and it stays burning.
Okay, hold still, dog, please. Let me try to clobber this thing this time for sure.
That is a hit.
27.
There you go.
Finally, something that is not just the floor.
For 6
catch it.
points of damage, it can tell it's on its last legs, but it's still up.
Well, then I will strike it in its last leg with my second hammer.
And miss.
Strike. We'll re-roll that with a hero point, just because I've been forgetting them this entire game, and I may as well.
That is a hit. It has 3 HP. Can you do less than that? No.
I think I can
Lots
do a
of
little
arrows.
bit more.
And we are out of combat. So we will pick up next week with investigating the crystal finger around its neck and its collar, and then pressing deeper on into this complex. Anything else you want to make sure we remember between sessions right away that you want to have mentioned?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick my torch in its face and pull out a different one to.
Dezi would like to know why they are ill, but we can figure that out next session.
Thank you all. Thank you to all the audience. We really appreciate you being here. We'll see you all next week.